Hi, this is Mr. Williamson, and this is Worm Prep Quiz number 3. Um, you're going to need a piece of paper, any scrap will do, to write your answer down. Remember, it's an oral test when you take it, and you'll have a reasonable amount of time to answer the questions on the test. Here, I'll pause for a few moments, and if you need more time, just pause the video and then write your answer down, and I'll give you the correct answers at the end. We'll see how you do here. Ready? Here we go. First question. All right, what I'm going to ask is, what is this organ here? It's just along here, and it kind of goes down this way, all the way down through here, and down there. What is it, and what does it do? Remember, you can pause the video if you need to, but write your answer down and see how you do. Okay, next question is going to be, what is this organ here, and what does it do? And it also goes down a little bit farther down here. You can see it down there. So what is that, and what does it do? Again, pause the video if you need to, and take your time. Spelling doesn't count. Remember, it's an oral test, but you should come close. At least you know what you really wrote. And finally, what is this organ here? What are these organs here? You have multiple answers. It goes down here. It's also part of this one here. It goes down this way, and you see more of it down here. So what is it, and what does it do? And write your answer down. Again, pause the video if you need to, and we'll go over the answers here in just a few moments. All right. The first question I asked was about the intestine. The intestine is the site of nutrient absorption, and it goes down this way. And it's basically the food enters the digestive system through the mouth and it exits down the anus, which is down this way. But that's where the nutrients are absorbed, and it's a parasitic worm, so it's living in the intestine of somebody else, and it's absorbing their digested food and eating. That's why it's a parasite. It's taking away from the nutrients of the host animal. The second organ I asked about was the uterus, and that's where the eggs are fertilized. It's the one that looks like spaghetti. I call it looks like spaghetti because it's a thicker thing. So just asking, basically, what is it? It's the uterus, and what does it do? It's the site of egg fertilization. And the last question I asked was about the ovary and oviduct, the little skinny tubes. Again, in class I refer to it as angel hair compared to the spaghetti. And either one of those would be right. It could be the ovary, which is where the eggs are made, or it could be the oviduct, which is where it carries the eggs from the ovary to the uterus. So you got to think about, the uterus. There we go. The eggs are made here, and they've got to get to the uterus, so they go through the oviduct to get to the uterus, which is where they're finally fertilized. So either one of those answers would have been fine. So if I had pointed to this and said, what is it? And you said ovary, it would have been correct. Or if you said it was the oviduct, it would have been correct. Either one would be fine, and both are correct on the test. So a couple other questions that I didn't ask here, but you might want to be aware of. What is this? And you're probably not going to find it on your worm, but that's the vagina. That's where the sperm enters into, actually it's right there, enters into the reproductive system, goes up this little tube here and into the uterus where it fertilizes the eggs. You're probably not going to find it in your worm because it falls apart very, very easily. But if I ask you where the vagina of the worm is, it would be at the end of the uterus, and it would be in the head area. You can see it's maybe an inch, inch and a half away from the head here. Okay. Another question I could ask would be, where's the pharynx? And the pharynx is the very tip of the intestine. So it'd be the pharynx would be up in this area. And again, it's just the opening or the first part of the digestive system that leads to the intestine. There's not much really there. You can't really see it, but if I ask you where it is or what it's doing, it's the very first part of the digestive system, and it's up near the head of the worm. So, all right, that concludes this test, this quiz. Hopefully you're studying for it, and these quizzes, video quizzes, are helping you. If you have any questions, please make sure you take a look at your study guide. If you have any other questions, see me in class, and I'll be glad to try to answer them there. Hope you're preparing for the test, and I will see you at the test. Good luck.